There we go. There we go. So, Anna, what you said was, you said you've been working on Pythagorean theorem. You told me
Mm-hmm.
you use Pythagorean theorem only on right triangles. And the last thing I want to say about Pythagorean theorem is that you use it to find the missing side of a right triangle. What I can also
Okay.
tell you about Pythagorean theorem, I can almost guarantee you it'll be on your exam. So that's
Okay.
good. So let me ask you a question. Um, what did you learn about two special right triangles for Pythagorean theorem?
Two special right triangles.
Hmm. Okay, so one
Um,
is a 3, 4, 5,
right.
and one is a 5, 12, 13.
Okay, I didn't see the
Okay,
5, 12,
I'm
13.
not
I see
saying
the 3,
all the
4,
time.
5.
So that means if this is your side A, this is your side B, this is your side C. So when we talk about a right triangle, A and B are your legs.
Right.
So this is your A, this is your B, this is your C. So if it's any um multiple of these, so if A is 3, your side B is 4, that means your C is 5. You don't have to do no work. And that's any multiple. So if I multiply this by 2, I get 6, 8, 10. So if your two legs are 6 and 8, your hypotenuse is what?
Say that again. I'm sorry.
If your two legs are 6 and 8, your hypotenuse is what?
10.
10.
Four,
Mm.
right.
Okay, if you multiply by 3, you get 9, 12,
Mm-hmm.
15. If your two sides of your right triangle are 9 and 12, your hypotenuse is what?
15.
15.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so any multiples of your 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's one of the most used special right triangles on standardized exams. The other, I mean, there's some others, but the most common is 3, 4, 5, and 5, 12, 13. So that means if your legs are 5 and 12, your hypotenuse is going to be what?
13.
13. Good. I just wanted to explain that to you before we get into so who's next? So again, um what have you been working on? So Anna said Pythagorean theorem. Darnell was a multiplying polynomials, right?
Yeah, but I was wondering were you still working on it because uh like I understand it, but I still need to work on it. Um because I had some things came up, but I know that I still need to work with it.
Okay, so you see this worksheet that I sent you? Make sure you're
Yeah, I
working
had
on it.
did the worksheet. Yeah, I had did the
If
worksheet. I
listen,
think
I'm gonna tell you right now, if you did the worksheet, you bet you ready to go. You know how to
yeah, I
multiply
did. We
polynomials.
was yeah, I had stopped at 22, I believe. But
22.
there's
So
more on there that have to
yep.
be completed.
So just real quick,
So I will do that.
since you brought it up, I'm gonna do a problem real quick. So 2a times 8a is 16a squared.
Yeah, yeah,
2a times minus 5 is minus 10a.
yeah.
Okay, now that we multiplied that first term by everything in the second parentheses, we're going to the
Mm-hmm.
next term.
Mm-hmm.
Minus 1 times 8a is minus 8a. If you
Mm-hmm.
notice, I aligned it up under
Mhm,
like terms.
mhm.
-1 times -5 is a positive 5. You get 16a squared
A square.
minus 18a
18
plus
A.
5.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go check it, make sure we right. So this is why I send you the worksheet with the answers, because I want you practicing and then checking your work. 18, 18, 18, 18, 18, 18, 18, 18, 18, 18. Did I skip 18? Where did 18 go?
Plus, what?
If so, that mean that wasn't 18 then. What number was it?
I didn't write my number.
There you go, right there. It was a number 11.
Nah.
It was number
It was
11.
not. It was number
Yeah,
nine.
11.
Oh,
11.
oh,
Mm-hmm.
you doing? You got a
There we
plus.
go. 16a squared minus 18 plus 5.
Mm-mm.
It was number
Mm-hmm.
11.
Okay.
I don't know where I got 18 from, but again, this is why I send the answers to you so you can check your work. Okay, now we talked about Pythagorean theorem. That's a guaranteed question. You are multiplying binomials is a guaranteed question on your exam. You will have it. Guarantee you. All right. Who's next? What else you been working on? Who's next? We got a bunch of people here tonight.
For me, I think the signs confuses me.
Sign numbers.
Yeah, when I'm doing the actual problem, I think sometimes I get confused with, you know what I mean? Like bringing the signs with me, like I said, so that the problem, because like they say, if you don't use the signs right, the problem going to be wrong.
So this is what you do. Let me show you what multiplying multiplying binomials. Let me do one. Let me look for there go one right there. Let me do number 15. The first of all, what you should be doing is walking yourself through the steps. So right away, this is what you should be doing. 6n times 6n. Say it out loud. Right? They're both positives.
Right.
Hold on for 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
Hey Keith, you looking for the link? You looking for the link? You looking for the link? All right, I'm gonna send you the link in your email. Give me a couple seconds, okay? All right. I'm sorry. Hold on for 1 second. Let me pause the recording. I'm gonna gotta hold on for 1 second. So what you should be doing is, first of all, you gotta know when you're multiplying sign numbers, if they're the same sign, your result is positive. If they're different signs, your answer is gonna be negative. So if you say that while you're doing it, so I got two positives. 6n times 6n is 36n squared.
Right.
Okay, I have a positive and a negative. That means my answer is negative.
Right.
Negative 24n. I have a positive times a positive. I know my answer is positive, plus 18n. I have a positive times a negative. I know my answer is going to be negative. Now combine like terms. 36n squared minus 6n minus 12. That's what you got to do. You got to say it. You got to write it. You got to see it. You got to do it.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
Then on top of that, watch this. You can't get it wrong. Why? Because they said you can use your calculator.
Mm-hmm.
You can't get it wrong. Why? You might can't put the variables in, but you can put the coefficients. So 6 times 6, 36. 6 times minus 4, minus 24. 3 times 6, 3 times minus 4. You can't get it wrong. You can't get sign numbers wrong if you're not using the calculator. All you got to understand is when I have when I'm multiplying the coefficients, that's going to give me a positive or negative number. I just got to know how to use my exponent rules to what the variable is going to be. Got me?
Mm-hmm.
Because listen, I'm going to tell you this, and this is the honest to God truth. The first reason why people don't pass the exam is because they don't finish, because they spend too much time on hard problems. The second reason, linear equations, because they don't know linear equations. The third reason, sign numbers.
Right. Okay.
Got to make sure you get it. So when you do it, check it. Check it with the calculator. So what I'm saying is, while you're working it, say it, do it, write it down, check your calculations with the calculator.
Okay.
Got me? All right.
Can you do one with 3 terms? I'm sorry, y'all. Like a 3-term? Can you do? Yeah.
Real quick. Again, it's the same thing. Positive times 20, positive times positive. So I know my answer is positive. 6 times 4 is 24. A times a squared, right? Remember, my exponent rules tell me if I multiply, I'm adding the exponent. So that's a to the third.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
4a times minus a. Again, if you don't see a number in front, it is a 1. So 4 times minus 1 is minus 4. A squared, because a times a is a squared, because a to the first times a to the first. 1 plus 1 is 2. A squared. Then I'm taking my third term. 4a times 2. 4 times 2 is a positive 8. Bring my variable along with you. A. Now I'm going to change my color to blue here. 2 times 6 is 12. A squared. So I'm going to put it under here. Plus 12a squared. If you notice, I'm multiplying the coefficients first. 2 times minus 1 is a -2. Bring my variable along with it. Minus 2a. Plus 2 times plus 2 is a +4. My last thing is to combine like terms. 24a to the third plus 8a squared plus 6a plus 4. Now, when I'm combining sign numbers, right, it depends. So 12 and minus 4, right? 12 minus 4 is 8. So that's why I got 8a squared. 8 minus 2 is 6. That's why I got 6a. Got me?
Yeah.
And then you go check it. This is number 19. Let me move all this over because I know it's going to be in the way. So I'm going to move all this over. Oops. Oh, no. What's wrong? Come on, take your time, Jeremy. Take your time.
Let me take this.
I don't know why. Let me move it all over. Oh, did I put the recording back on? I don't even know if I put that. I put the recording back on. Yes, I did. So let's go down to number 19. Make sure we're right. This is what you should be doing. I barely give any worksheets without the answers because I want to make sure. I don't want you waiting a week to find out if right or wrong. That was 19, right? 24 a to the third plus 8a squared plus 6a plus 4. I know I'm right. Got me? All right, what else have we been working on? So I'm hoping you either took a practice test or you took a GED ready practice test. They give you a prescription or a score report. What is something that you got wrong that you want to make sure you know how to do? Who's next? I heard Anna, Anna, and Linnell and Darnell went. So Georgia, what have you been working on? Emily, what have you been working on?
Well, I've been working on these, and I also been working on the that word that me and Anna can't really say, the part there, theorem or whatever that is.
Pythagorean theorem.
Yeah, and I also been working on the volume of the cone and the cylinder.
Okay, volume of a cone in the cylinder. Okay, let's find a volume of a cone in the cylinder. Let's work on that. Again, you can use my resource. This is free. You can use Kaplan. You can use any resources you like. It does not matter. The most important thing is you got to put the practice in. So let me go find a practice problem real quick on the volume of a cone. Volume of a cone. I can guarantee you either gonna have volume of a cone or volume of a cylinder. You're definitely going to have area and circumference of a circle. You're definitely probably going to have volume of a rectangular prism, but you said a volume of a cone. Now I'm going to go to my website. I went over under volume, and I'm going under the CK12 practice for volume of a cone. Anybody can go in here, right? Anybody, doesn't matter. You don't even have to have an account with CK12. All you got to do is log into my site, click on that link, and it will open up to practice problems. Now, of course, I'm the teacher, so it's not going to go right to the practice problem, so I got to preview it. Okay, keep turning, keep practicing. All right, let's try one. So first of all, volume of a cone. The first thing you need to be able to do, they might have volume of a rectangular prism. They may have volume of a cube. They may have volume of a pyramid. They may have a volume of a sphere. They may have a volume of a cone. Okay. You need to make sure you can identify what shape is what shape. Oops. Ugh. I don't want to go backwards. I'm going to start with something nice and easy first. I don't want to go backwards like that.
Mr. Tennessee, when you dealing with the volumes of surface areas and stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
in the formula itself, the the letter SA that stands for surface area, right?
The surface area. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay.
All right,
So
we'll do this problem. We'll do this problem. I don't really want to. I really don't want to do problems like these. I was hoping, it just have a straightforward volume problem, but for some reason I can't get one. I just want a regular volume problem first, and then we go to a problem like this. This is a little bit more detailed, and again, they're not giving it
okay.
to me. So what I'm gonna do is, um, I'm gonna make a problem up for us. So we're gonna act like none of this is here. So cross all this out. Okay, and we're gonna put this height as 5 inches. Okay. This is the type of problem you're going to see. A question like this you won't see, but you should be able to answer it once you do enough of these problems, right? So once you do volume of rectangular prism, volume of a cylinder, we'll open those up and then I'll show you how to figure out a problem like that. So say for example, we want to find the volume of this cone. First of all, identify your given. So if you look at this shape, let me make this bigger first. Let me clear all this out. Let me make it bigger first. Okay, and we said the height was 5 inches. Okay, so what's given in this problem? If I want to find the volume of this cone, what's given? Because the first step
You got the height and the radius.
is identify your givens. That's the first step in almost every problem. Identify your givens. So you said the radius was what?
6 inches.
And the height is what?
5
5
inches.
inches.
5 inches. That's not easy. That's not hard to do. Identifying your givens is what they're giving you. That's not hard to do. But what's the third given that's not on this problem that we can go to our formula sheet for?
Volume is
Isn't volume 1/3?
3/3, so 1/3
1/3.
of the
The volume is
Then
1/2.
it's pi.
Okay.
It then what is it?
Oh, I know what I'm looking at.
I-
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it out.
then you
Oh man.
then the steps, right?
No. You got to give me the full formula first. So
Is it radius to the second power
Radius
times the number? Well,
times the number.
times 5 or whatever. I mean,
No. What's the formula first? We're not volume equals 1/3 pi
volume
r
1/3
squared
pi radius square.
times what?
Height.
Height.
height. I meant yeah. I got
You
that.
said 5. I don't want
Yeah, I
you.
made a mistake.
I know,
that was
but these are the steps that you need to take, right?
Right.
So the steps are identify your givens. Bam.
Yeah, right.
Identify the shape that you use. Because the first step should have been identify the shape.
Right.
Right? Because you can't identify the formula unless you identify the shape. This is a cone. So then when you go to your formula sheet, volume equal 1/3 pi r squared h. We are not trying to reinvent the wheel. Once you have this formula, what we're going to write down is we're substituting everything in. So we're going to say V equal 1/3. What's pi?
314.
3.14. It is not 314. It is 3.14.
3.14.
Okay, 3 point. Yeah.
Why? I saw a student over the weekend do everything right, but put 314 as pi. So what you got to start doing is you got to reinforce it by saying it correctly. It is not 314. It is 3.14.
3.14.
What is my R? What's my radius?
6 inches.
6. So we're going to put 6 squared, right?
6 squared.
What's our height?
5.
5. Why am I putting these parentheses?
Because you're going to
Gotta multiply.
Because parentheses mean multiplication. Are you trying to do this by hand?
No.
No, I did it by calculator.
You're going to use your calculator. So right now, I save this, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the formula, I'm going to move it over, and then I'm using my calculator. I'm not going to waste my time. So what you have to do is you have to get in the habit, identify your givens, identifying the formula you're going to use, plug it into your calculator.
I did.
Okay, so let me move all this over real quick. Listen, this is not rocket science. All you got to do is keep doing it. What happens is you're doing 1 or 2 questions, 3 questions, 4 questions, 5. Oh, I got it. No, you don't. You got to do at least 10 to 20 of each type of problem. So 20 volume problems at least. Watch this. But watch this. I didn't mean to erase that. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to erase that. See, I'm talking too much, talking too fast. There we go. Watch this. I'm going to move this over so we can see it. I'm going to grab my calculator and put it on the screen because I'm not wasting my time trying to do this. Matter of fact, let me put a blank sheet. I'm not wasting my time to make a mistake. I'm not going to do that. Watch this. I'm going to grab my calculator. Watch this. Let me clear everything out. And now, if you get in a habit of substituting those values in to your formula, using those parentheses that mean multiplication, ND, 1/3. You got to know how to write a fraction and using this calculator. You got to know how to get out of a fraction. Hit my right arrow. You got to know multiplications, the parentheses. 6 squared. You got to know how to hit the X squared button to put something to the second power. Hit my enter. My volume is 188.4. Now, this is the problem. Your volume, let me get my pencil. Hold on, let me get my pencil. Your volume is 188.4 inches cubed or cubic inches. That's it. That's all you need to do to solve a volume problem. Now, if they give you a problem where they give you the answers and they're asking you for height or something else, diameter, right? And they're giving you multiple choice, then we just fill it in the same formula. You don't have to do all that work. Let's do a cylinder. Let me get a cylinder. Again, once you know how to do one volume problem, you know how to do all volume problems. Why? Because if you know how to identify your givens, you know how to identify the shape, if you know how to identify what formula you're going to use, all these problems should be the same steps. So hold on for a second. Let me get my cylinder in here. Everybody should have the sheet out. Everybody should have a calculator out. All right, let's look at this problem real quick.
On the sheet.
Look at this problem. Oh my goodness. This looks like a extremely hard problem, doesn't it? The label on a can of juice is missing. You want to know how many cups are in the can of juice. You measure the diameter of the base of the can and find that it's 5 inches. You measure the height of the can and find that it's 8 inches. If 14.44 inches cubed is about 1 cup of liquid, how many cups of juice are in the can? Most of you just exploded. Am I right or wrong?
Mine did.
I know it did. So this is what I mean about practicing.
Repeating it and writing it. Yeah.
Right. So first of all, what's your givens?
Diameter.
Diameter is what?
5 inches.
5 inches. So your diameter is 5 inches. What else?
And the height is 8 inches.
And your height is 8 inches.
Yeah.
But one more thing that's given, right? What shape is this?
Yeah.
What shape is a can?
Cylinder.
A cylinder. Perfect. Look at that. A can is a cylinder. They didn't tell you it was a cylinder, but they told you it was a can. Also, they told you 1.44 inches cubed equal 1 cup of liquid. We don't need that right now. What we now need to know is what is the volume of this can? How much does this can hold? So, can somebody tell me the formula to find the volume of a cylinder?
Volume of a cylinder. Oh.
R squared
One.
H.
Pi
Yeah.
r squared h.
Yeah,
Now, remember I
right.
told you when you first looked at this problem, they gave you all this information, your head about to explode. No, what you're going to do is you're going to take deep breaths. I don't know if you ever watched the
Mhm.
movie with Will Smith where he said woosah and grab his ears. Listen, you are going to read a question and you're going to say, how do I start this? You're going to hear me in your head and you're going to say, identify your givens. A can is a cylinder. My diameter is 5. My height is 8. My formula to find the volume of a cylinder is pi r squared h. Now we just substitute. What's pi?
3.14.
3.14. What's my radius?
5.
No.
I mean 8.
No.
No, wait a minute.
See,
Oh, I mean, R
you just
squared.
throwing numbers out there. You got to take
I'm
your
sorry,
time.
it's R squared. Radius R squared.
What is radius? What's our radius?
R squared.
No, I'm asking what's the radius. I didn't ask you what's next in the formula. What's my radius? So what's our givens? Our givens were what?
5 inches.
The height and the diameter.
The height and the diameter. Can you know what the radius is if they give you the diameter?
No.
No.
Oh, because right.
Can you find the radius if they give you the diameter?
Yes, it's half, right?
Yes, it's
Okay.
half.
This is what I'm saying to you. You can't just throw numbers in a formula. You have to understand that they give you a diameter that the radius is half that. What's half
It's
of
half.
5?
2.5.
2.5. If you
5.
don't know what it is, go in your calculator and divide by 2. So 2.5 is my radius squared. What's my height?
8 inches.
8
8.
inches.
Yeah, you're going to throw this in your calculator. You're not going to waste time. You're not going to do this by hand. If you do this by hand, it's probably going to take you 10 minutes. Okay, I'm going to grab my calculator. And let me move some of this stuff out the way.
Is it 157?
I don't know because I didn't put it in yet. I'm gonna erase all this so the calculator is nice and clear. Oops, I didn't mean to erase that though. Let me gonna do. I need that 1.4. Okay. So again, if you're used to identifying your givens, if you're used to writing the formula sheet, if you're used to substituting in 3.14 times
Oh,
2.5 squared
Mhm.
times 8, that'll give me the volume of the can. Everybody understand that?
Mhm.
Yes.
Everybody understand the volume of the can, pi r squared h.
Mhm.
That's not what they're asking though, is it? What
No,
they're
it's
asking, again, so let me take a picture of this
Yeah.
calculator.
How many cups you could get?
Right. And how much does a cup hold?
right.
I forgot the number already. What was the number? Lord?
157.
157.
So
157.
the volume was 157 inches cubed. Now, if each can holds 14.44 inches cubed, what operation am I doing to find out how many cups I can get out of that cylinder or that can?
Division.
Division. 14.44.
Mhm.
Right?
Yeah.
I already
Mhm.
know. Watch this. Watch this. I'm just common sense
Oh, wow.
tells
That's a
me
number.
150 divided by 14 is about 10, right? But bigger than 10, right? Because 14 times 10 is 140. So I know the number is bigger than 10, correct?
Right.
Mhm.
So I know it's not that, right?
Right.
Right? I know it's not that,
Right.
Gonna
right?
be A.
It's
So
A.
Now, of course, again, 140 is kind of close to 150, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I know my answer right there is going to be 10.9 without even doing the calculation. But guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to help you out. I'm going to use the calculation. I'm going to use the calculator because you don't have to worry about that. So I'm going to hit ND. I'm going to do 157 divided by 14.44. Get my right arrow to get out of my fraction. I'm going to hit enter.
Mm-hmm.
If I round that off, how many cans? What's
Yeah.
that?
10.9.
10.9.
10.9.
So a question that looked very difficult. For a question that looked very difficult, really wasn't that hard. But what happens is you got to practice those problems. You got to see those problems. But guess what? If you got it wrong, what does it tell you right after it? It tells you exactly what to do,
Yeah.
right?
Uh,
Which equation describes the volume of a cylinder with radius 2.5 and a height of 5 centimeters? Identify a cylinder. I want to find a volume. Identify the radius is 2.5. Identify the height is 5 centimeters. I know my formula is pi r squared h. My pi, if you notice, all the answers have pi in them. So I'm going to leave that pi. R squared is 2.5 squared
Mm-hmm.
times 5. None of these answers have 2.5. So I'm going to go in here and say pi. What is 2.5 squared? Well, 25 squared is 625. So I know it's 6.25 times 5. If you don't know, put it in your calculator. Look at that. Easy problem. There should not be a volume problem here that gives you problems. Because you know, first of all, you got to be able to distinguish what's a rectangular prism, what's a cylinder, what's a cone, what's a pyramid, what's a sphere. Once you can do that, I'm going to my formula sheet. I'm identifying my givens. What are they giving me? And then I'm just plugging in. I'm just plugging in. It doesn't matter what problem you get, volume code. Let me try a pyramid real quick, just real quick. I want to show you it does not matter what type of volume problem they give you. Identify your givens, identify the shape, get the formula from your formula sheet, plug into your calculator. If they're not asking for volume directly and they give you the answers in a multiple choice, use the formula, plug in each of the multiple choice. Get your answer, you out of there. Why it's not good? There we go. Let's try one more with a pyramid. Again, we did a cylinder, did a cone, we're going to do a pyramid. Again, even if you're not an expert in finding the volume, what you should see, there's distinct direct steps in order to solve this, right? Watch this. Okay. Now, the base of the following pyramid is a square. What is the volume of the pyramid? What shape is it? What shape is this? Let me make it bigger. There we go. What shape is this?
it's a pyramid.
It's a pyramid. What else is given?
You got 9 inches in height.
They gave you the height. What's the height?
9 inches.
9.
9 inches. What else did they give you?
The base,
The
7 inches.
But what did they? Okay, so the base is 7. One of the sides of the base is 7. But what else is important for us to solve this problem to find the volume?
It's
Which shape
half.
is the base?
Cube.
A square.
Yeah,
So it's not a
square.
cube. Cube is 3
It's
dimensions.
square.
So if this
Okay.
side is 7 inches, this side here
All
is also
sides
what?
7 inches.
7
Okay.
inches.
Now, we know, what did I tell you? When you talk about volume, you talk about 3 dimensions. When you talk about area, you talk about 2 dimensions.
Just get rid of it.
Get rid of what? Get rid of what? Who's that? So, now, so we got our height. We got our area of the base. How do I find the area of the base? How do I find the area of the base?
You Area of the base.
You have to
Multiply
Yeah,
what?
multiply set, right.
around.
So what am I multiplying? What is my area of my base? Tell me what it is.
7
7,
times 7.
What's 7 times 7?
49.
49.
49 inches squared.
Square.
Now, I want you to go to your formula sheet. Tell me what the formula of a pyramid is. Tell me, go to your formula
V,
sheet.
V equal 1/3 times base times height.
So it's not just base times height, it's a capital B. Do you see that capital B?
Yes.
So if you look right underneath on the formula sheet, what is that capital B? What does it tell you what the capital B stands for?
Base?
Nope.
Nope.
What's that capital B stand for? Look on your formula sheet, right underneath the formulas for volume. It says it tells you what the capital B stands for. If you can't find it, I'll get it for you.
Yeah, it don't tell me what the capital B stands for.
Yeah, it will. It does. It may not. Let me find the formula sheet. Let me find it real quick. I should have.
Surface area, 1/2
Let me clear the screen real quick so you
PS
can
plus
see it
B.
nice and clearly. This is why you must have your formula sheet out and your calculator every time you're working on these problems. Because listen, everything you need is right on in this formula sheet. What does that capital B mean?
Area.
Area. So P stands for what?
Perimeter.
And the area stands for what?
Area.
Of the what?
Okay, well, I don't have this formula sheet.
Okay. So make sure I'll send it to you. So let's go back to that sheet.
Yeah, I need that too, please.
I don't
Yeah,
have one
Because
either.
I have the original one that you gave me. It doesn't have that on there.
Okay.
right. Because I don't have that on
So
mine
we
either.
got a pyramid, got a square. You know, our height is 9 inches. We know our area of the base is 7
49.
squared or 49 inches squared. We know the formula for to find the volume of a pyramid is 1/3 the area of base times the height. So we just gonna substitute everything in. 1/3. What's the area of the base? What did we say it was?
49.
49
49. What did we
inches
say our height
squared.
was?
9.
9.
9. And we're gonna throw it right into our what?
So you don't have to
Calculator.
put 49 square?
No, not with the calculator. You can't put 49 squared. The area of the base was 7 squared. 7 squared is equal to 49.
Okay.
So if you didn't know, just put 7 squared in. Bang, 49. Hit ND, 1/3. The area of my base was 49. I just had that. I'm using parentheses because I'm multiplying times my height, which is 9. My
149,
volume is
147.
147.
Right.
Mhm.
That's what I got.
Now we're gonna go
Mhm.
back here. Let's check it. 147, right? We're gonna check it. 147. Let's check it. Boop, boop. And then it tells you how you did it. If you got it wrong, it would tell you how you do it. Listen, there is excuse. There is no reason why, whatever subject matter you work on. So I heard somebody talk about multiplying polynomials. You should be doing 10, 20 problems in practice. If you're working on volume, you should be doing 10, 20 questions because you want to make sure that when you get to this test, you're not shaking at all. You're not shaking at all. So I heard somebody say multiplying polynomials. I heard somebody talk about Pythagorean theorem. I heard somebody talk about volume. So we still got a couple people left. How much time is left? We still got 15, 20 minutes. So I see Emily. Emily. So what have you been working on? Who else did not? And Keith, what have you been working on?
We've been working on the
I did
same thing.
everything.
Pythagorean theorem? Okay. Let me
And
find one. Let me find a word problem for Pythagorean theorem. What I'm telling you is my website got everything you need to work on. Watch this. Pythagorean theorem. Here I come. Now I'm gonna use mine I can use CK12. Let's see what it is. CK12 be crazy sometimes, but let's see. We're not scared at all. We're not scared of any problems. Okay, again, you can use your formula sheet. Now listen, what did I tell you? I said you're going to have a Pythagorean theorem. You are going to have a multiplying by numbers. You are going to have volume problems, probably 2 of them. Okay, there's certain areas guaranteed to see. Pythagorean theorem been on every exam since I've been helping with GED. Okay, now look at this. Find the missing side of the following right triangle, given the answer in simplest radical form. If one leg of a right triangle has a length of 4 and the hypotenuse has a length of 8, then the other leg has a length of, is it 5 square root of 2? Is it 4 square root of 5? Is it 3 square root of 3? Is it 4 square root of 3? Your head just exploded because you have no idea. So what you're going to do is you're going to take deep breaths and you're going to say what to yourself?
What do I know?
What do I know? What do you know?
Know the length,
The length of what?
the right,
Right triangle.
The length of
I
what?
know
the hypotenuse,
one
leg.
leg.
One
one
leg
and the
has a
Mhm.
length of 4. So one leg,
Mhm.
that's 4. The
and
hypotenuse, where's the hypotenuse?
the longest line.
The longest line
It's
is
not that it's the
diagonally
longest.
from the 90-degree angle.
Yes, it is the opposite side of the 90-degree angle. That's 8. This is what's given to you. First of all, find the missing side of the following right triangle. That's what tells you use Pythagorean theorem. A Pythagorean theorem is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Where can we get this formula from? It's right on our what?
Formula
our
sheet.
Listen, this is not rocket science. Identify our givens. Okay, one of the legs is 4, the hypotenuse is 8. You have to know the side opposite the 90-degree is your hypotenuse. Now, I don't care what you call A. You can call A4, you can call B4, it doesn't matter. The only thing that matters in this formula, C must be the hypotenuse. So we just plug them in. So we're going to say 4 squared plus B squared equal 8 squared. Does everybody understand where I got A, B, and C from?
yes,
Yes.
Because this is your side A, this is your side B, this is your side C. All we're doing is plugging them in. So instead of A squared, we're going to have 4 squared. B squared, we don't know, so we keep that B squared. Instead of C squared, we write A squared. Does everybody understand that?
yes.
In order to get B squared by itself, what do I need to get rid of? In order to get B squared all by itself, what do I need to get rid of?
Of subtract
Subtract what?
A,
4
Subtract
from
what?
8.
the
4
4,
from 8.
4
The
A,
4 what?
4 A,
Four
The 4
square.
what? The 4
4
squared.
square.
square.
We're not subtracting 4, we're subtracting 4 squared. Everybody understand that?
Yes.
Whatever we do to one side,
You
Due to
gotta
the
do
other.
to the
we do to
other.
the other. So the 2 4 squares cancel, we get B squared is equal to, what's 8 squared? Can anybody tell me?
What's 8 square?
64. What is 4
64.
squared?
16,
16.
16.
Somebody tell me what 64 minus 16 is.
48.
That's 48.
48. Now, I'm left with B squared equal 48. Remember, I'm trying to get B. How can I get B by itself, but it says B squared? What is
You
the
have to
opposite of squaring something?
dividing.
No.
You have to-
What is
no.
the opposite of squaring something?
Square.
Okay. So remember one of the things I told you. Know all your squares and your square roots. You have to know the opposite of multiplication is division. The
square
opposite of
root of
Well, that's
division,
what
the
we said.
square root.
The square root of 48.
Whatever I do to one
Right.
side,
You gotta do
Do
to
to
I
the
do the other. So B is equal to square root of 48. Now,
48.
I don't know what that is. I could tell you what it is. That's equal to the perfect square, square root of 16 times the square root of 3. Remember, the highest square, 1 squared, 2 squared, 3 squared, 4 squared. 4 squared is 16. 16 goes into 48. What is square root of 16? Can anybody tell me?
Square root 16.
4.
4.
4.
And I bring around, so my answer would be that side is 4 square root of 3. Now, Mr. Tensley, oh my God, that's a bunch. What I'm telling you to do is this. What I'm telling you to do is this. If you are looking for B, if you are looking for A, if you are looking for C, this is the formula I need you to put in your calculator. C squared equal A squared. C equals the square root of A squared plus B squared. If I'm looking for side A, the square root of C squared minus B squared. If you're looking for side B, what I want you to put in is the square root of C squared minus A squared. What I'm telling you is this. You are going to have a Pythagorean theorem problem. I'm going to make it easy for you. If you don't know A, you're going to put that formula in. If you don't know C, you're going to put that formula in. If you don't know B, you're going to put that formula in. You got to identify what you don't know. Since I know what A is for, what's the side I don't know? B. So I'm using this formula. So watch this when I grab my calculator. Now, I just showed you a 10-minute problem. We're going to do in 15 seconds. But you got to be able to identify off that right triangle what's A, what's B, and what's C. Watch this. Square root. I got to hit my second square root. C squared. C is 8. 8 squared minus A squared, which is 4. 4 squared. Get out of my square root, press enter. I am done. 15 seconds. All the Pythagorean theorem y'all doing in school, 2, 3, 4 days, what you need to be able to do is identify A, B, and C. Once you identify A, B, and C, and you find the one you don't know, you're going to use one of these formulas. That's not on your formula sheet. I'm giving you a quick and easy way. You don't have to waste all that time. So if you get a word problem, what you're going to do is you're going to practice and identify. They're going to give you something like, oh, he's walking through the park. Or a ladder is against a wall. So if I got a wall and a ladder is leaning against the wall, right? And this is the ground. What did you just form right there? That's my right triangle.
Yeah.
My ladder is my hypotenuse. You already know. Now you know. Identify my A, B, and C. If they tell you somebody is walking through a park diagonally, what did you just make? Right triangle. The path diagonal is your hypotenuse. You know this is A and this is B. So let me show you. Again, you should not be sweating Pythagorean theorem. But what you should know is on every single exam. So you might have a problem like this. The foundation of a building is in the shape of a rectangle with a length of 20 meters and a width of 18 meters. Let me get the whole question in here. To the nearest meter, what is the distance from the top left corner? I got to make it a little bit smaller so you can see it. What is the distance from the top right corner of the foundation to the bottom right corner? So all you doing is listening. All you doing is following directions from the top right. Oops, that ain't straight. Top left corner to the bottom right corner. What did you just make when you drew that line?
A right triangle.
A right triangle. I don't know what this is on my screen, and I don't know where it came from, and I can't get rid of it. Oh, there we go. So you just drew a right triangle. So now, you already know. Again, we know rectangles. If this side is 18, the opposite side is also what?
18.
18. So I know this is 18. So I'm looking at this right triangle right here. My two legs are 18 and 20. This is my A. This is my B.
Mm.
Mr. Tinsley told me I need to find out what C is. He told me the shortcut. He said C equal the square root of A squared plus B squared. I don't have nothing to do. I just got to grab my calculator because all I was able to do knew that my diagonal is my hypotenuse. So I'm trying to solve for C. I know my hypotenuse is side C. So I'm grabbing my calculator. I'm not even going to waste time. I'm not going to sit there and plug nothing in. I'm going to grab my calculator and I'm going to say square root second x squared, a squared. So I got 18 squared plus 20 squared. Get out of my square root, press enter. They gave me a radical. Oh my God, no, no. We know how to use the calculator. To change anything to a decimal, hit my double arrows right above enter. My answer is what?
26.9.
26.9. We go to our multiple choice. What answer would we select? Because we
Mr.
went to the
Tinsley, can you show me how you got that square
27.
root sign again?
there go my answer right there.
27.
Because anybody tell her how to get the square root symbol?
I know you had pushed two.
No, I don't know. I don't want you to think.
Okay.
No. Can somebody tell Donnell how we can get the square root symbol? Can anybody tell her? How do we know?
Yeah, you have to, anything that you want to use on your
Second.
calculator that's not on the numbers, you have to hit second first. You
Yes
hit
and no.
Oh, I
second.
Yes
see
and
it.
no.
I see. I
It got to
see.
be in green. So the
Right,
I
that's
key
on
see
the
is
it
if you
now,
back.
look at
Mr.
your calculator, it's in
Tinsley.
green. My square root is
It's
in
on the
green.
back.
I
It's
got to
on the
hit
back.
second.
Right, you gotta hit second.
18,
And
how do I get squared?
mhm.
I'm just hitting that gray button. I don't need the one in green. I need the square button, 18 squared plus 20 squared. Get out of my square root. I press enter. They gave me a radical. My answers are in decimals, whole numbers. Hit that double arrow right above it. So if you did not know, look at what the screen is telling you. When you go home for this problem, it's telling you exactly what to type in your calculator. Right there. Look at that. You get your account. That's exactly what I'm doing. So you know how to do it. Then you practice and you do it again and you do it again. Why? Because Mr. Tinsley told me Pythagorean theorem is guaranteed on the exam. He didn't say he think it's on the exam. He said it's what?
On it good.
Guaranteed. For example, watch this. I got a triangle. This is 26. This is 10. So what I'm going to do is when I see this Pythagorean theorem problem, I know this is A, this is B, this is C. Oh, Mr. Tinsley showed me how to find out side A. A equals the square root of C squared minus B squared. Because I'm going to make sure I remember those because he told me you're guaranteed to see them. And then I'm my calculator. I don't have to waste 15 minutes and doing 26 squared minus 10 squared and then putting that. No, you don't have to do all that. Let the calculator work. If I can't tell you, if you don't take time using this calculator, you're in trouble. Watch this. Second square root, 26 squared minus 10 squared. So I forgot the square. Get out of my square root. Look at that.
Mhm,
That easy.
mhm.
I just gave you
It
4
was
to
24.
5 guaranteed problems on your exam. You're going to have a volume of rectangular prism, then you're going to have volume of something else, whether it's a sphere, pyramid, or cylinder. I have two. You're going to have a Pythagorean theorem problem. You're going to have a multiply by guarantee. Guarantee. Now, what you have to do is then you got to go, and I don't care if you use CK12. I don't care if you use. I got a pretest on my site. Let me open it up because I got some problems. Like my word problems, I got 10 of them. So if you took your pretest on Pythagorean theorem and you get 7, 8 of them right, it's no reason to practice anything else. You know it well enough. The whole purpose of the pretest, do you know it well enough? Can I move to the next one? Watch this. Let's take this quiz again. Watch this. Let's look at the last one. It doesn't matter which one you pick. It's 9 of them. Give me a number. Give me a number from 1 to 9. Give me a number from 1 to 9. Anybody, it doesn't matter.
6.
7. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6.
Okay. Two sides of a right triangle are 8 and 12. Two sides of a right triangle are 8 and 12. Find the area of the triangle in square yards if 8 and 12 are the legs. What is the perimeter of the triangle? Now, they didn't ask for Pythagorean theorem, did they? They first asked for the area, right?
Mhm.
So, that's given. Everybody understand that?
Yes.
Go to your formula sheet. Area, 1/2 base times height. Area, 1/2 12 times 8. Area equals 6 times 8. Area equals 48. Since area is always squared, it's 8 yards squared. So my area is 48 yards squared. Now, Mr. Tinsey, Mr. Tinsey, you're confusing me. I thought we was going over Pythagorean theorem, Mr. Tinsey. What's the problem? I thought we were going over Pythagorean theorem. 100% right. But what you have to understand is this. Pythagorean theorem is used to find the missing side of a triangle. So if this is 8 and this is 12, I need to use those two legs to find my hypotenuse. Oh, I don't know C. Mr. Tinsley showed me a quick way to find out what C is. A is the square root of A squared plus B squared. So 8 squared plus 12 squared. Get out of it. My third side is 4 square root of 13. I don't know what that is, Mr. Tinsley. I got to change it to a decimal. So my third side is 14. This looks like a hard problem. It is not. So if this is 14.4, to find a perimeter, add all the sides up together. 8 plus 12 is 20. 20 plus 14.4 is 34.4 yards. That's the perimeter. But they didn't ask me for Pythagorean theorem. But you had to know I use Pythagorean theorem when I'm trying to find a missing side of a right triangle. In order to find the perimeter of this triangle, they only gave me two sides. So to find a perimeter, I must find out what the third side is. 34.4. Most people don't even know that's a Pythagorean theorem problem. But you got to know the first thing. When do I use Pythagorean theorem? When I'm trying to find the missing side of a right triangle. If I'm given two sides, I can find the third side. Mr. Tinsley gave me an easy formula to get it. So is that on your formula sheet? No, but I will commit those to memory. Only way you can commit them to memory, right, is if you use them and keep doing them. I don't care if you do the same 5 problems over and over again. Identify your A, your B, your C, use the formula, plug them in, bam. Does listen, I'm telling you, guaranteed to have a Pythagorean theorem. It doesn't matter. Does not matter. Let's go. Let me just pick 3. I don't. It doesn't matter. This is a pretest. In front of every module in my free course, there's a pretest. Let's see what you don't know. If you score 70 or above, go to the next section. You know enough. So let's look at this problem. In a computer catalog, a computer monitor's list is 19 inches. The distance is diagonal distance across the screen. If the screen measures 10 inches in height, what is the actual width of the screen to the nearest inch? What? That's what you're saying right now. Your brain just exploded. Oh my God. What are they talking about? What are you doing? I'm going to draw a diagram. Okay? I'm going to draw a diagram. This is my TV. What's given? A TV is 19 inches. Listed as 19 inches. The distance is the diagonal distance across the screen. Well, that's diagonal right there. That's my 19. The height is 10 inches. I know that's 10. What do you see right here? What shape do you see right there? A right triangle.
Right.
This is my A. This is my B. This is my C. How do I know? Because the side opposite my 90 degrees is my hypotenuse. Mr. Tinsley told me I know C and I know A. In order to find B, is the square root of C squared minus A squared. Well, I need to plug them in and use my calculator. B equal 19 squared minus 10 squared. I'm grabbing my calculator. I'm not doing that by hand. I'll be all day trying to figure out what 19 squared is, right? Use
Mhm.
my calculator. Oh, I remember square root. So as you're doing it, you're saying square root. Oh, second and x squared. 19 squared minus 10 squared. Get out of my square root. Hit my right arrow. Press enter. It gave me radical. I know how to change that decimal. Hit the toggle button with the double arrows right above enter. Oh, my answer is 16.15. So I got to see what they're saying. Is it saying to the nearest tenth? Is it saying nearest whole number? But I know my answer is 16.15. So let me write that down. Let me take my calculator out the right. They saying round up to the nearest inch. So 16.15, that's my ones place. Is that 5 or above? No, that stays the same. My answer is 16 inches. Again, you have to be ready for word problems. So what you have to do is you have to decipher it. You're looking for keywords. That diagonal, that word diagonal. The shape of a TV is a rectangle. That's what. Nowhere in this question do they say Pythagorean theorem. Nowhere in this question do they ask you for the missing side of this right triangle. You have to draw the diagram of a television. You have to know the diagonal goes from one corner to the other corner. Once we have that diagonal, you know you got a right triangle. Somebody raise their hand. I can't tell. Raise their hand. Yes. Who raised it? Yes. Who has a question? Uh, Who has a question?
Oh, they must have hit it by mistake.
Okay. All
I
right. So
look like you. It looked like you raised your hand, Mr. Turkey.
yeah, but I wasn't touching the mouse though. How could that happen?
I'm just saying that it showed you.
My hand was in my screen like this. But
Okay.
anyway, so you can either use my course, you can use the Kaplan book, you can use CK12, you can use Khan Academy. I don't care what resource you use, but you should be working on tonight what we went over. We went over multiplying binomials. We went over Pythagorean theorem. We went over volume. So what you should be doing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is to make sure each day you grab one of those concepts and you practice till you got it. But you also need to make sure you're using the proper terminology. So if you can't pronounce Pythagorean theorem, you keep saying Pythagorean theorem. Keep watching the video, Pythagorean theorem, Pythagorean. Why? Because what your mind says, oh, don't pronounce that. You don't need enough. Yes, because you need to know when to use Pythagorean theorem. Right triangle, find the missing side of a right triangle when given two sides. That's when you use Pythagorean theorem. Pythagorean theorem is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. But Mr. Tinsley told me I better make sure. I better make sure. I better make sure if I'm using Pythagorean theorem that I know three things. If I'm looking for side C, I'm doing a squared plus b squared. If I'm looking for side A, I'm taking the square root of c squared minus b squared. If I'm looking for side B, I'm taking the square root of c squared minus a squared. What you also must notice is math is about patterns. When I'm looking for C, I added them. When I know C, I'm subtracting. When I'm finding the missing side A and B, my C squared is first. It's no Pythagorean problem they can give you now. If you know these simple things, there's no Pythagorean problem they can give you that you get wrong. There's no multiplying binomials that they can give you that you can get wrong because you know how to multiply sign numbers, you know the exponents. You know how to figure out the volume, identify the shape, identify your givens, plug in. You must know how to find the radius if they give you the diameter. You must know the radius is half of that diameter. You must know it. So every time you look at a shape, tell what the radius in the diameter is. If you're looking at a circle, It doesn't matter if you need it or not. If I tell you the radius is 5, you got to know the diameter is 10.
Mhm.
If I tell you the radius is 7.5, you got to know the diameter is twice that, 15. So when you see a problem, your mind has to go directly to what you know. They give me the diameter. It's 17.5. Oh my God, how do I find half of that? I don't know how to find a half of that. Dude, don't let your mind tell you don't know how to do it. Oh, the radius is half. So you know
Divided by 2.
what?
You could just
Divided
divide.
by 2. So I'm gonna go to my calculator. 17.5 divided by 2. What's my radius? 8.75. Don't let your brain tell you you can't do anything. I'm trying to give you the keys to pass this exam. You got to put the practice in a half an hour to an hour every night. If you do that 30 days, you are done the math exam. I guarantee you. If you don't, let me pause this. On.
Look, I went blind.
So listen, I love CK12. And one of the advantages that you have is CK12, they have this AI bot called Flexi. And what you're able to do is you can ask it any question you want. You can ask it for practice problems. You can ask it to do a problem for you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a screenshot. To take a screenshot, you Windows key, Shift, and S. Windows key, Shift, and S. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a screenshot. Look, I have it on my screen, right? Look at that. I got it on my screen. Then I'm going to go back to Flexi. Watch this. And I'm going to paste it. How do you paste? Control V. It puts the problem into the AI. Hit submit. It will then work the problem out for you. Now, I'm not saying to use this. What I'm saying is do the problem first. If you get it wrong, if you get it incorrect, you can plug the problem in. Doesn't matter. Look at that. It just did it for us. To find the distance from the top left to the bottom right corner of a rectangle, I use the Pythagorean theorem. It's the square root of length squared plus width squared. Again, I used A, B, and C. Okay, I don't use those words. I use A, B, and C. So A would be the length, B would width. Because in the picture, A is your length and B is your width. That's why they said length squared plus width squared. But look at that. It tells you how to do it. 20 squared plus 18 squared. Boom. They take step by step and then round off. Listen, what I'm telling you is go to use my site, take the pretest. If you score 70 or above, move on to the next section. If you don't, review, work on those steps. If you have any issue, text me, call me, email me, or you can screenshot it and put it in this CK12 Flexi, and it'll walk you
You
through the
said
steps.
that was Windows screen shift and what?
Windows Shift and S.
S is in Sam.
S is in Sam. Watch this. Let me just do another one real quick. Any problem that you have, watch this. Let's do this right here. Windows Shift and S. I'm then going to take this right here. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to go back to my Windows Flexi. I'm going to hit Control V to paste it in. And then I'm going to hit submit. Look, it's working. Listen, this is money right here. This is money. Look at that. Look at that.
So you said Windows Shift and S?
Yeah, the Windows button, Shift, and S. That's how you take a screenshot now in Windows 11. But the difference is, it's just not a screenshot of the whole screen. When you use Windows Shift and S, you can select the range that you want to copy. But look at that. It did it for you. It even walks through the steps, right? So listen, put them in order. They didn't say put the numbers in order from least to greatest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 is half. So I'm gonna take these two in the middle. I need to add them up and then divide by 2. Bam. Just there's nothing that you should have a problem with anymore. There's nothing. Take the pretest. 70 or above, move on to the next section. Now, I'm not saying use this as a, the last, well, I'm saying use this after you work out the problems if you make a mistake, if you get it incorrect. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Don't use it in replacement of, because when you get the test, they're going to give you all different things. You don't want to get confused. You don't want to get your brain to be scrambled. What I'm saying is work. If you get it incorrect and you can't ask me, you can't ask your teacher, go ask Flexi. CK12 /Flexi. It's AI. Take the screenshot to paste it in, Control V. You can even say, give me practice volume problems with a with a cylinder, I guess. I don't know. Let's see what it comes up with. I'm just making this up. Look at that. Volume of a cylinder, start practice. 30 minutes, 60 minutes a day. I guarantee you in 30 days, you're going to take the math. Done. Then you come to talk to me. Once you pass the math, I do 1 or 2 sessions with you for science. You'll be taking the science a week after that. Science out the way. Most of you already have RLA that you can pass the RLA. The 2 hardest exams is your math. The hardest exam is your math. All right. All right. So I went way past 7 o'clock. I apologize. 30. Listen, got to make a commitment. The commitment you're making is not for me. The commitment you're making is for you. But if you give me 30 minutes to 60 minutes, I didn't say, because sometimes we got double shifts and we got children. Find 30 minutes a day. Find one section, do that pretest. Find which problems you got wrong. Plug it into Flexi. 30 minutes a day, each concept a day. 30 days, done. I can't give it to you no other way. All right, any questions before we leave? Listen, it was a wonderful night. I think we had 9 or 10 people in the building. So first of all, give yourselves a round of applause. I appreciate your effort. Now again, text me, email me, call me if you got any issues with any problems using Flexi, whatever.
Mr. Tinsley.
Yes.
Can I ask
Everybody have a
question?
good night.
All right.
Everybody, good night.
Everybody have a good night.
Everyone have a good night.
The question is this, like I went